Hello BookTube, hello friends, welcome to Lizzie Mae Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth and I'm coming to you again from Emily's hospital room. I know last Friday Reads I mentioned that we were going to be coming in for surgery on Friday. I had pre-filmed that video on Thursday, so I thought I'd give you a quick life update and let you know what I've been reading while I've been here at the hospital this week and let you know what I'm up to this weekend. So the surgery went fine. They accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, with the exception of the fact that she's still having seizures. So it didn't have the results that we had hoped. But there's still other things we can do, other things we can try. And she is comfortable. She didn't take nearly as big of a hit physically as the first one. She's still working on getting stronger. However, because she's been immobile since July 1st, which was the date of the first surgery, she has a blood clot in her right leg now. So as much as we had hoped that we could be back home by now, she's being treated for the blood clot. And I think now we are almost at a place where we could either go to rehab or go home and do physical therapy. We just got downgraded a few hours ago to regular, well, we are out of ICU now, and we moved down the hall to the epilepsy wing, and possibly if they still want us to stay longer after neurology releases her from the epilepsy unit, then we could go to another floor, which is the general pediatrics. There's a lot more activities there. There's a playroom and there's a lot more visitors. Although we did get a therapy dog today. It was a beautiful golden retriever named Dallas. And we had a music therapist today that came by for a while, and in addition to the physical therapy and all of that stuff. So today was a pretty busy day. And anyway, things are going smoothly, but we're still here. And so now I have been going through several audiobooks recently, and I have finished up a couple of the books that I had started previously, and I will show you those. Also, this weekend is BookNet Fest, which is not that far from here. And I pre-registered last year, so I am planning to go. I don't know who I don't know who Emily's nurse is going to be tomorrow, but I'm hoping that they won't mind if I leave for a few hours and go to the program. And we'll just, hope that nothing major happens here while I'm gone there. And anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting away for a few hours. And I am excited to go. I don't really know who all is going this year, and I am excited about it. I mean, I'm just excited to go. Whether there's anybody, famous or anything there, it's okay. Either way, the program looks great. I finally got around to looking at the schedule today, and it looks like there's going to be some really interesting panels and sessions and everything, so I'm excited about that. Anyway, I finished, I don't even know what I ended the month with for August. I want to say, I think I was shooting for 25 books, but I think I ended up with 24. And I didn't even bring anything that I finished prior to last Friday Reads. I mean, I didn't bring, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's after midnight. I did a Friday Reads video last week, which was not the 30th yet. So I don't know if I finished anything else between then and the end of the month. I feel like I did. I feel like I finished up a few things. But anyway, since I've gotten to the hospital, I finished the third book in the Cat in the Stacks mysteries, File M for Murder by Miranda James. And then I was able to start on the audiobooks. And I have listened through book 4, 5, and 6 just in the last few days. And they've been really, really good. The only problem I have with it, okay, interestingly enough, I think what I have learned from reading some of the other reviews and stuff, and according to James Cudney, who is one of the top reviewers on Goodreads, he has read all of these, and I'm pretty sure that he's acquainted with Miranda James, but Miranda James is actually Dean James, and I think Dean James is a male. So, sometimes authors will do that. They'll write under different names. Maybe at the time this series started, the publisher didn't think that the mass amount of readers would want a cozy mystery written by a man. But the main character is a man, a 52-year-old male librarian. And if the book is written by a man, I don't see a problem with letting it be known that, the author's a man. I mean, that's okay. But here's the weird thing. Okay, names aside, when I got to the book 4 on audio, the audiobooks are narrated by a female. What's up with that? The main character in the book is a male. I don't get that. I mean, she does a good job, and I'm gradually getting used to it. But why? I don't understand. I mean, of all things, and it's written in first person. So, if it wasn't written in first person, that'd be, maybe I could wrap my brain around it a little more. But it's written in first person, and it should be narrated by a male, in my opinion. I don't know if they're all narrated by female, but so far, the 3 that I've listened to are. Anyway, that's just my opinion on that. Then the other book that I finished, that I had started, now let's see, this one I had just started a couple of weeks before the month ended, or a couple of weeks, maybe 10 days before August ended. Now this one I started, I think in July, actually when we were here at the hospital, I think when we were in rehab back in mid-July. And this is The Light in Summer by Mary McNear. I liked this until I got to about the last 8th of the book. Then there were just some choices that the characters made that I wasn't a big fan of. I always say that I'm old-fashioned, and I don't know. I don't like putting the cart before the horse, I suppose. And, modern day romances, most of them are going to have that, except for the Christian romances, which I generally prefer. But overall, I have really enjoyed this series. This is book 5 in the Butternut Lake series, and it's basically pretty clean. Even though there are sex scenes, they're not extremely graphic, and you are able to just kind of use your imagination for the most part. So that much I appreciate. There was several other aspects to this story. It was basically about a woman who had a 13-year-old son who had never met his father because he was the result of basically a one-night stand when she was 18 and at a resort with her father or her parents. And she had a night with one of the guides at their resort where they were. And by the time she got home and realized she was pregnant, her parents even tried to find him, but he had moved away and no one knew how to get in touch with him. So then all these years later, her son really wants to know who his father is, and that storyline goes from there. Meanwhile, she does have a love interest that is not the father of her child, because we find out, what happened to him. And there is the brother of one of the main female characters in one of the previous books has come to town, and so that's the romance that's in this book. Anyway, I thought it was a very good book overall, and I really enjoyed the series. There's one more in the series that I haven't read, and maybe I'll get to it this summer. The summer's almost over, or maybe I will save it for next year. I don't know. And speaking of the summer, I am going to go ahead and keep working on the Summer Romance Book Bingo. Officially, summer is not over until around the 20th, 22nd, something like that. So I am going to keep working on my books for the Summer Romance Book Bingo up until then, or maybe even on through the end of the month if I need that much time. And I'm not working for points anyway. I just want to accomplish the goal of completing my card and as many of the other prompts as I can. Okay, so then another thing I finished, because you guys know I do my Bible reading every morning before I start any other reading projects. So I finished the book I finished Proverbs, and then I also read Ecclesiastes and Song of Solomon at the end of August. And I also finished the Our Daily Bread book that I was reading. And for those of you who might have missed, early in the summer, I mentioned that I was going to read this. This is actually Our Daily Bread, June, July, and August from 2008. And this was in my mother's Bible when she passed away. And she passed away in August of 2008. And so this is the devotional book that she was reading when she died. And she did not make it all the way to August 8th. She actually made little tick marks on the pages that she read and the scriptures that she read. And I don't know if this book went with her to the hospital or if it got left at home. I kind of think it got left at home because the last one she read out of it was June 24th of 2008. And I think that's around the time that she went to the hospital and then wasn't ever able to come back home. But anyway, it's just kind of neat to read the last devotional book that she was reading. And I was able to go all the way through and finish it. And I enjoyed it a lot. So then now I have picked back up this book, Jesus Lives by Sarah Young. I've read Jesus Calling. It is written where there's a devotional for every day of the year. This one only has 175 devotions, and I started it at the beginning of the year, and then I realized that Emily was moving my bookmark around. So I started back at the beginning, and I started writing down on this paper every page that I read. And then I wanted to read that My Mother's Quilt devotion book that I wanted to give my sister for Mother's Day. So I took the months of, I think, February and March, or March and April, and I read that book, sent that to my sister, and then I think I picked this back up for a few more weeks. Then I wanted to do this for June, July, and August. So now August is over, and I can go ahead and finish this book now. This will take me through to the end of the year. And I think there are maybe 18 more devotions in here than there are days left in the rest of the year. So I might double up so that I finish this at the end of the year. I don't know. Or I might just carry it over. I can't see myself carrying it over, though. You know how I am about trying to finish things by the end of the month or the end of the year. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so that is my devotional book for now. And then my goals in the Bible, I'm trying to read the Bible in a 3-year period. So my goals for this year, now that I finished Song of Solomon, I have started Isaiah. And it is 66 verses, or 66 chapters long, and Jeremiah is 52 chapters, and then Lamentations is 5 chapters. So that's about 122 chapters, which will take me through the end of the year, and I'll only have to double up a few chapters. So that is my goal for the Bible for the rest of this year. And then what I am currently reading, the only other books that I carried over from August into September, I mentioned in my last Friday Reads that the book Maud by Melanie J. Fishbane, I was going to go ahead and take off of my currently reading list because I was barely started on it, and I don't want to rush through it right now. So I put it back to my want to read list. Sorry about the beeping. There's always something in here that beeps. Anyway, so these are the two that I am reading right now. I have definitely read more of this one since, I kind of focused on finishing these other two, and after I finished this, then this is the one that I have picked back up and read from the most this week. This is Chronicles of a Radical Hag by Lorna Landvik, and this is really good. Then I have basically started over with Little Tea Shop on Main by Jody Thomas, and I'm not quite back to how far I had gotten, and I'm kind of just reviewing the 2 or 3 chapters that I had read back whenever I first read this, I think in June. So I haven't gotten very far into this one yet because I've just gotten so into these Cat in the Stacks books, and I never want to sit and read a print book lately. because I am just breezing through The Cat in the Stacks. So I'm excited about getting through those, and then I'll be able to do a series review and then catch up with my review, one of my review books and everything like that. So that is what I'm working on mainly. Now, I did bring a few print books that I am going to hope to start here any day now. And this is not all of the ones that I brought, but these are the ones I'm most likely to start next. I have Village School by Miss Reed, Mission to Protect by Terry Reed. This is book 1 in the Military Canine Unit. It's a love-inspired book, and it's, I believe, book 1 in the series. So this is going to be my category romance for the Summer Romance Book Bingo. And then the next Sunshine State book I plan to start is Playing Atari with Saddam Hussein by Jennifer Roy and Ali Fathil. And the main reason I am choosing this of the 3 that I have here with me of the Sunshine State books is that it's the shortest. So I have a better chance of getting it finished the quickest. And then I have a movie here. I've got Emily's little DVD player. So I have a copy of Sense and Sensibility. This is the BBC version. I did already watch the Emma Thompson, Kate Winslet version. My husband and I watched that together when we were, when we were not in the hospital. And I had listened to Sense and Sensibility during August. It was one of the books that I wanted to listen to for the Audible Escape Challenge. And then also Krista from Books and Jams was leading the Austin and August readathon. So I wanted to at least participate a little bit. And I really enjoyed the Emma Thompson version. And now I want to watch this one. I did watch the first episode. It is done in episodes. I guess it aired on television as episodes. And I did watch the first one and I enjoyed it. So definitely I would say that watching these adaptations is helping me to understand the book and the characters a lot more. I had to pause for a second because a gentleman came in to fix my sink. I accidentally clogged the sink. I found a carton of milk that had gone bad that I had put in my stuff, and it was chunky, so I poured it in the sink and clogged the sink. So anyway, I had to sheepishly go down to the nurse's station and let them know that I had clogged up my own sink, and so they sent someone here to unclog it, thankfully. So that's all done. Now, one other book that I just realized was sitting here that I didn't show you. This is one I'd like to get started on soon too. This is Spindles End by Robin McKinley. This is also for the Summer Romance Book Bingo because there's a prompt to read a book with bugs on the cover, and this has a cute little spider. So this is a book that I've been wanting to get to for a while. And for some reason, I was thinking that this was on the Audible Romance package or Audible Escape package, and I was all set to check it out, and then I realized it's a different book by Robin McKinley. I think it's Rose Daughter that's on the Audible Escape package. I really wanted it to be this one. Anyway, I think that is a fairy tale retelling of Sleeping Beauty. Okay, I think that's everything that I was going to tell you about. I don't think I'll do any videoing from BookNet Fest, although I might. I don't know. I don't even think I brought my camera. I only have my phone, which you guys know I don't know how to edit things together. So if I have my other camera and I've got batteries for it, maybe I'll vlog a little bit. That would maybe be fun. Last year I did post pictures on my Instagram page of all the different booktubers that I met that I got to take pictures with. So if you want to check out my Instagram page, you can see who I met last year, and then I will potentially do the same thing this year as well. So anyway, I'm just rambling and I need to turn this off and probably try to get some sleep. So for now, that's all I have for this video. I'd love to chat with you in the comments. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you're up to. Oh, and if you are looking for that fourth video of books with great titles, it's filmed, it's just not edited. I even have the computer here, and I've not been able to make myself get it done. So I'm sorry. I will get it done. Anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.